Okay, Asia session done. In Asia, I look at the Nikkei, gold, as well as Asia Forex pairs. I flipped through my Asia Forex pairs, marked off my signal days, but nothing looked good. Everything was either invalid or didn't set up or was going the wrong direction. So I did not trade Forex. So I'll get straight into the trades. I took one on gold. Gold, 7 a.m. That's Tokyo market open. Um, So gold yesterday broke out below the previous day low, faked out the previous week high. This entire portion becomes a peak formation. Don't counter trade your peak formations. I was looking for a high of the day sell. High of the day sell for me requires H4 high fake out or H8 high fake out. And so coming into the session, it actually already triggered the H4, which is this level right here. That was an H4 high. I was waiting for price to get below that, but it never did. Instead, it broke out above the H1 and then just took off. So when we're in breakout of the H1, I'm not going to counter trade a higher time frame breakout unless I see a lower time frame fake out. So in order to counter trade this H1 breakout high, I'm looking for an M15 high fake out, which happens right here. So that becomes a breakout reversal. That's how I trade breakout reversals as per my setup. Here's the breakout high. Faking out a previous high becomes a breakout reversal. Breakout reversal on the H1. So I was considering taking this trade. This is a last bullish breakout bar. I'm looking for a bearish breakout bar that takes that out. So I did get that. Unfortunately, it was 10 minutes before the new hour open, so I did not want to trade that. At the time, let me see if I can get a replay going here. Because at the time, the H1 bar did not look like this. Does it? Let me see if it updates. Ah, cool. All right. So the H1 bar looked like this at the time. That's a breakout for me. 10 minutes before the hour open, I was thinking, what's the better play? To wait for the H1 is bullish. So either I'm going to wait for an H1 fake out up here, or I'm going to wait for a trade down here. And so for me, the better play is to wait until the H1 fakes out since we're just 10 minutes away. Unfortunately, this thing just took off. And I did not expect that to happen so quickly. Went straight down to the H1 breakout level and went back up. So once price started to go back up, I was actually waiting for a fake out of the H1 right here to take it back down. That was what I was waiting for, but price never did that. It came really close to the H1. Where did it? Faked out the M15 high right here, but I was still waiting for it to come up here. This would be the smarter move for me, but unfortunately, it did not do that and just took off without me. So no trade on gold in the morning. I mean, early on in early Asia, there was no trade in gold, but the M15 also closed in a range. So I have a couple definitions of what a range creates, and one of the definitions of a range for me is a two opposite facing fake out bars in a row. So this is a bearish fake out bar, and then you have a bullish fake out bar. When I have those two happening at in a row, it creates a range. And once I see the range, I know that most of the time it's going to go to one of these extreme edges first. So I don't trade when I'm inside here. So price never got out of there until just recently, right here. So it came up to the top, high of the day. That's what I'm looking for. Here it fakes out the H4 high level. And this is when I entered. So it triggers the H4 high. And so I'm essentially just looking for a closure underneath it. When you close in it with a breakout bar below a previous high level, a peak level, that's the first sign that the higher time frames are reversing. So I took that entry. Was looking for some follow through, didn't get triggered in here. Price went up first, and I got triggered in on this one. Sat through a bit of drawdown, but yeah, that's fine. My stop loss was at the high of the day, and the high of the day in Asia will stay locked in 33.3% of the time. as long as I'm targeting more than 2R, a 33.3% win rate would be profitable. And this one I'm targeting 8R. Yeah, so I'm going to see how it reacts at this H4 breakout level near the daily open. I might take some partials there. Otherwise, I'm going to try to hold it as long as I can. If it starts to double back, I'll probably go break even or exit. I don't want to take a full loss before New York session. I try to avoid that since I trade all 3 sessions. So yeah, that was the first trade that I took on gold. That's the only trade I took on gold. Broke previous week high, faking out the previous week high is a breakout reversal, false breakout. This becomes a fake out retracement. I'm trading the fake out continuation move. Yeah, so that was one trade. And then the next one was on the Nikkei. So Nikkei closed as a fake out day. Monthly, weekly breakout levels are bearish. We broke out below the previous month low. We're above previous week high, and we're at the time we weren't at the previous day high. We were below the day fake out high, 7 a.m. Tokyo market open. So this is the fake out level, bullish above, bearish below, and this is the breakout level, bullish above, bearish below. If I'm in between here, I'm in a range and I only want to be trading at the edges. So initially I was looking for sell setups because of there's more bullish pressure there's more bearish pressure than bullish pressure. So I was looking for a fake out of the H8 to take it down, but instead it broke out above the day fake out high, which turns this bullish. First time I could look for a reversal would be at the previous day high. That becomes a breakout reversal setup. I've been trading this setup quite often in the indices this week. Breakout of a previous week high, faking out the previous day high. So I was looking for that around here. However, the fake out level is so close that I didn't have enough room to go break even. So this one fakes out the H1. This would have been a good entry, but there's just not enough space to go break even. So I did not take this one. Price went up, broke out above previous day high, and so after that, I'm just bullish on on the Nikkei. But at here, there was an inside bar, and it created a range at the top. So again, my ideal setup for today on the Nikkei would be taking it down, even though most recent price action is up, but I have more confluences going down. So since I'm a mechanical trader, I don't try to overthink this. More bearish pressure, my ideal setup is going down. So what I saw over here, it came up to the range and then triggered the previous H1 high, and I was looking for a closure below. But again, this happens almost 10 minutes before, 15 minutes before the new hour. So I decided to just wait for that new hour to open. And it opened right here. Here, 11 a.m., new hour open, price pushed up. This is the M15 high, fakes out the M15 high, enters straight on that, stop loss, tight one, and was targeting the day fake out level. But once price got down to this previous day high, I don't assume that this level will break. So I ended up taking partials on that. And then now I'm at break even. So partials around 2R, and I'm break even on this and just going to let it play out and see if it wants to continue down. Because for me, like, even though the daily is pushing up, I consider this more a pullback or a retracement on the monthly and weekly time frame. And so we'll see if that's going to play out or if the weekly breakout level might flip. We're in a counter trend breakout, actually. So most of the time, these do go up to the weekly breakout levels. But I did get my setup somewhere up here. So I did take a quick one, and we'll see if this wants to continue or not. So yeah, those were the trades I took. One on the Nikkei, took a bit of partials here, and then the gold trade, which I'm going to try to hold for as long as I can. And yeah, that's it. If I get taken out, that's okay. I'll, most likely I'll get a higher entry, which will give me even better But sometimes gold doesn't cooperate like that. We also have weekly and monthly breakout levels pushing up, so this might not be ready to drop yet. And most of the time, New York is the one that's going to make this move. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's it.